What is up, YouTube? It's been a minute since I've posted, but as we go into this new year, I definitely want to start posting way more consistently because this is something that I really love to do. And I just, can see myself doing this as like a full-time career. So, I want to be able to make as many YouTube videos as possible so that I can, look back on the journey and see how far I've come. Speaking of how far I've come, this YouTube video is going to be episode 2 of my docu series, The Wait. I'm going to approach this episode in a more unorthodox way because a few weeks ago I tried making episode 2 in a whole different way, but it fell through the cracks. So in a last attempt to try and get a YouTube video out before the new year, I decided that I was gonna do this instead. This episode is gonna be about just recapping everything about my life in 2024. Now, I definitely encourage everybody who's watching this to try and, journal, write, talk to family, do whatever you wanna do. Make a video about your 2024 year, because a lot of us had some great memories this year, and maybe your year wasn't that great, or maybe your year was one of the best years you've ever had. Now for me, this has been a really great year, so I'm excited to talk about it, but maybe you're not as excited to talk about it. Take the time to have realizations and go over the years so that going into next year, you can become stronger, you can become better, and life can also get easier for you, mentally and physically. Okay, so now that we're getting into the video, I'm going to go over the top 5 biggest moments of my year. Coming in at number 5, I would say my 5th biggest moment this year was creating and designing my own brand. Basically, my brand is called Try Hard Sweat. Now, at the beginning, the origin of this brand was back when I was in 6th grade. I had 2 of my really good friends call me a try hard, and then one of them called me a sweat. And it wasn't until about a year later that I started really thinking like try hard sweat, like I am a try hard sweat, because I started going to the gym, swimming, running. I was doing all this extra work that didn't need to be done, but I was doing it so that I could get better in swimming. So that was how Try Hard Sweat was born. Right now, I'm still deciding whether or not to make this a business entity, because Try Hard Sweat means a lot to me. It is my mentality. It's Try Hard Sweat mentality. It's something you're not born with. It's something you become, something you build. And through that, I created the acronym BATHS, Become a Try Hard Sweat. I believe that you have to work and dedicate yourself to finding your true potential, falling in love with the process of finding your true potential. And that's what I believe a Try Hard Sweat is. Next, my 4th biggest moment is more vulnerable and comes in 2 parts. Back in February, I broke down mentally. I had a really rough year prior. 2023 was a really tough year for me, and I thought going into 2024, things would just switch in an instant. But I was totally wrong. In fact, it took me about 2 months as I said, in February to finally break down and accept what had happened to me in 2023 and in these first 2 months. See, I kept trying to accept the pain, figure out a way around it, and just sugarcoat everything that I was going through mentally. And I was too tired to keep trying to pretend that I had fixed myself or that I was okay, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But once I finally allowed myself to feel my pain, no matter how hard it was, and trust me, it was hard, I finally could go through the last few stages of my grieving process. And then it wasn't until March, after my divisionals meet there, that I had finally accepted everything that I'd gone through. The short course season was over. That whole year was obviously done with. And I was finally in a place to accept everything that had happened to me. I needed those storms. And I wouldn't be the person that I am today if I didn't have those storms. Now, my third biggest moment was becoming an official ambassador of HolStrength. I remember getting the email saying, "Congratulations, MENA. You are now an official ambassador and partner with HolStrength." And that was a very epic moment for me. For a long time in 2023, I stopped listening to God because I was going through all those bad things. And I realized, or I felt like, He wasn't there for me. But slowly and surely through 2024, I had to work really hard to work on myself and come back to God and apologize and realize that He put me in those positions, but He did it for a reason, and that it was nobody else's fault but my own, that I had sort of stopped trusting in God. But in September, when I got my HolStrength partnership, I knew that it was an opportunity to bring God's trust back to me. But I know now that God had a purpose for me in those storms, and I don't want to lose trust in Him again. And I won't, because I know that His plans are different than mine. I've accepted that. And I've accepted that no matter how badly I want something, I know He has something better for me. Sitting in at number 2 was back in November of this year, I deadlifted 225 pounds. Now, getting up to heavyweight, I started at 195, and I knew I was going to hit that because I had just 2 weeks prior lifted 195 for 10. Then fast forward, get to 215, and I lifted that pretty easily too. And I remember thinking, wow, like this was my old PR. I just hit it. I just matched it. Like, let's go. Then I tried 220 and I failed it the first time. Now, typically when I fail, I stop there and it's like, okay, you didn't get it. But I was like, no way I'm going to stick with 215 for another 6 months. I was like, this can't be it. I know that I can lift more. So I took a breath, I took a minute, got some water, found good music, and I went to hit 220 again, and I got it. So once I hit that, I was like, okay, here we go, 225. I felt really good. I had the music going. I knew that this was serious now because I was like hoping to max out at 230, but I'll get to that in a second. Going for 225. Brace myself, have my arms straightened, ready for the lift, and boom, I pick it up. I was very happy, but I was like, okay, we got that. Now 230. And so I didn't get 230, but I PR'd 225. That's a 10-pound PR, and I was really happy for that. Now, going into this year, obviously, I'm hoping to beat that, redeem myself and hit 230. But for right now, we will settle for that 225. My biggest moment of 2024 was being accepted and offered a scholarship to swim at the Division I level at Youngstown State, Ohio. It was October 25th at 8:02 a.m. I actually tried to call him at 8:02 a.m. and I even have a clip of it. Okay. Okay, so I'm just basically saying, like, I'll take the offer and then I made a decision and I can't see myself anywhere else but YS. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's call him. Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, this is MENA Young. I've come to a decision and I'd like to tell you over the phone. Just give me a call back when you can. Thanks. Okay.
She expected to do this story to get guys to already in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So see there, I tried calling him, but he didn't answer. And stupidly, I turned off my camera, so I didn't actually get when I had that call with him. But 3 minutes later, at 8:05, he calls me back, and I say verbatim, I can't keep waiting to tell you that I want to become a Gwen, and I can't see myself anywhere else. That was the most surreal moment of 2024. I called him, and I hung up, and I did it. Ever since 6th grade, this has been my next level dream. This was my long-term goal. And now, after a long time, I finally achieved it. All of that hard work and all the sacrifices. I mean, I know my athletes know what I'm talking about. You have bad practice after bad practice, coach yelling at you, meet doesn't go your way, game doesn't go your way, and things just feel awful. You're frustrated, you're down bad, you think you can't do it anymore. And those moments just suck. But finally, I have this moment that's like saying to these other moments, get out of my way. And now here I am with this opportunity, this chance to take these next 4 years and just skyrocket, become even better. And I want to take that opportunity and really just never look back. And I cannot wait to see how these next 4 years go and how I change and evolve and get better. And as I said before, I couldn't see myself doing all that anywhere but Youngstown. So those were all my big moments in 2024. Now, to wrap up this video, I wrote down some short-term goals and some long-term goals for 2025. For short-term goals, my number one goal is to pass this upcoming spring semester with A's and B's. Now, my next biggest goal is to go 54.99 in the 100-yard fly. I'm sure if you have been watching my YouTube videos, you kind of know that's like a really big goal for mine, but it's short because either I'll get it or I won't get it by March. So my third short-term goal is to save up my money for the first 2 months, January and February, so that I can purchase myself another camera lens. I'm thinking like the 55mm lens, so it's just better for vlogging and stuff like that. It's not really a serious goal. It's just something that, you know, I want, and so I know that I need to save for it, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, my 3 long-term goals are: 1, getting my NASM certificate in training and nutrition. Essentially what that means is I'll become a certified personal trainer, and I'm hoping to use that like when I come home for summers and get like clients and train them. My second big goal is to continue to increase this YouTube channel's content and just, you know, grow it as much as I possibly can, as well as growing my Instagram account. I just want to do this so that I can reach more people, spread my message, and, you know, just try and be like more of a positive light to the world. Now, my last long-term goal is to start doing my new, start working on my next big idea. I want to open up my own supplement company called Exceed Performance. It's spelled XCEED, and then performance, just regular. I want to do this because I feel like I'd have a better chance at growing this business rather than like a clothing brand or something like that. But also, you know, down the line, I'll be able to drop as many products as I want and twist the brand any way that I want to. So it's something that I really want to pursue. Now, to wrap up this video, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing a new series starting January 1st. I'm going to do Project 50. Now, if you don't know what Project 50 is, just like Google what is Project 50. But basically, it's this like mental and physical challenge that you do for 50 days. I'll be filming every 5 days, and then on the last week of Project 50, I'll do like a week-long video and stuff like that. But my goals with that one is just to stay disciplined and also just enjoy looking forward to doing something new. Okay, well, that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2 of The Wait. Next episode is going to be a real doozy, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.